Okay, let's make a different type of video. Now, basically, I'm going to explain some stuff that is happening in my lane, and you know that you can kind of understand what some high elo players think when they play in their game, etc. Now, let's just start the replay, and then we're going to find out. So, if you watch this, in my head, I was thinking I can kill her if I land a jump. But I wasn't sure. It was close, however. That's why I ignited her and tried to roll in her. I had no ultimate. She had no ultimate either. But I also knew if I can kill her, she has the base. And that's exactly what happened. She has the base now. And I'm realizing that her cannon has more HP than my cannon. And so it's basically a freeze towards my side. Oh, not a freeze, but a slow push. So I'm basically answering that with a recall. I do have to say that I did take a little bit too much time to actually realize that her wave is slow pushing to me. And with my recall, I basically wanted to, even out her recall, getting my stuff as well, so that she doesn't get like an AP advantage. And also, I hadn't full mana, not full HP, and my potions also had no stacks anymore, so I just recalled. And yeah, then I run back to the lane, and what we are seeing now is that her wave is pushing towards my side. Now I'm losing obviously some minions, but she loses more. And the thing is, basically, if we go back to the lane, her position is super badly. If it's freezing here, her overextending is like extremely terrible. This wave would have 100% froze this wave, and I could have manipulated the wave in a way that I probably would be able to hold the freeze for like 3 or 4 extra waves, which is probably like over a minute, which means she has to consistently try to break the freeze. Now, problem is, unlucky for me and lucky for her, the support actually came, realized that she has a freeze and it would be overextended, so he comes and clears the wave, which is good work from him. But the thing is, it didn't work out here, but normally if Ornn wouldn't be mid lane and he would be like bot lane, because it's really like, it's actually really rare that a support right now has the time to go mid lane. It was just perfect timing, like how bot lane also played out. As you can see, my bot lane recalled, and yeah, he just had the time, and it's kind of unlucky. Anyways, like I said, if he wouldn't come, this wave would be still frozen. The tower would have not attacked the minions and wouldn't have basically broke the freeze. And if you watch this now, we see that enemy allies is, for example, top lane. Now my jungler knows that and is invading blue. My bot lane is still not there, which means that my jungler basically doesn't really have the option to gank bot lane. If Ornn will be a bad player, and I'm pretty sure that in low elo, that the Ornn player that plays support isn't as good as the Master Ornn player, that guy probably wouldn't have come mid lane and wouldn't have probably realized that there's a freeze and thinking ahead. So he wouldn't have cleared out the minion wave and probably would have been bot side around here. So my jungler probably, since he can't really gank bot lane because my bot lane, like I said, is here, would have noticed that I have no ultimate and that Akali has no ultimate, no sums either, because I spawn pinged it and I don't have sums either. He would have probably pathed over to this bush. Because he knows Akali needs to clear the wave, so she has to basically overextend. If she doesn't clear it, she's losing the minions. And basically, the chance to kill her is super high. Even if you don't kill her, him just going mid lane in this situation will be like almost a lane over for Akali, because she's going to get damage she can't 1v2 with, and she's probably going to be forced into another recall, which means she's losing XP again, and then I'm 100% a level above her, and you know, like, this is, I'd say, kind of a skill matchup. It depends. I think that Ahri can be punished harder, but if the Ahri player really knows what he has to do in this matchup, he can, like, if he gets a level lead, he can crush Akali. And so, in my opinion, if I'm getting a level ahead of Akali, the lane is over for her. So, yeah. And even if, let's say, even if he doesn't come, if Ornn doesn't come, and Gragas, for example, is a bad jungler and wouldn't come, she's still overextended, and she still has to focus my minion wave. She needs to get it gone, by the way, but because she is overextended, she knows this. If she doesn't, like, clear the wave, she's a bad player, right? Because she can't stay forever in this position, and, like, she's basically, if she doesn't clear that wave, she's basically saying, I have to clear her wave to let it push back into her tower. But that means that I'm an even worse player, not realizing the advantage that I have. Because, like I said, if you're like immobile and stuff, like her biggest mobility is her ultimate, and if she doesn't have that, and if she has no flash, overextending in that moment is like the worst possible thing that you ever can do. It's like you're Ahri and you're overstaying, you're staying around here without having flash and ultimate. That's just like really bad. So yeah, unlucky it didn't work out, but this is probably like, this is probably one of the good moments where you want to try and freeze as a mid laner. And I think you can do this obviously with pretty much every champion in the game. But yeah, this is just, I just wanted to explain a little bit about freezing and when you kind of wanna do it. You're not just freezing when you can't really get something out, you freeze when you always, you know, you basically freeze when you basically have a purpose for it.